Hello everyone, today coming at you with a new video where I'm going to be ranking every LEGO Star Wars Episode 3 set that LEGO has put out. So we've got 43 different sets that LEGO has put out throughout the years. I'm on this tier maker website, and someone made this awesome list. This was last updated in March of 2025 with 42 sets, and I just updated it with the most recent Episode 3 set according to Bricklink. So Episode 3 is one of my favorite Star Wars movies, my second one to be exact, so I'm excited to rank all these sets. So starting off with, we got the original V-Wing Starfighter. This was, I believe, in 2007, and this was one of the first sets I ever had. So there's a whole lot of nostalgia for this one. That's got to be an A-tier set. It's not the best A-Wing or V-Wing that LEGO has put out, and it's, by today's standard, pretty clunky, right? But there's a lot of nostalgia in that set. Same thing with the ATRT, with the Recon Trooper. This ATRT was the first ATRT that LEGO put out, and it was super oversized, and man, I think it broke every time I played with it. It didn't stay together very well, but again, that nostalgia factor is pretty good. I enjoyed that set. Next up, we have the Darth Vader's Transformation set, and honestly, not a huge fan of this one. I think I'll throw that down in C. It's not exciting. It had a, kind of a cool gimmick, but that LEGO improved on this one quite a bit later in 2016, 2017 to this one down here, and this one was really cool. This one, I think I'll bump that one up to B, because again, I mean, it's not like a super, cool scene. Well, in LEGO, I guess, it's pretty iconic, obviously, when Anakin gets transformed into Darth Vader, but as for a LEGO set, it doesn't really catch my attention. Next up, we have the original Droid Tri-Fighter, and this is an alright set. It was put together pretty well back in the day. They got the angles down pretty right, and then they, of course, gave us that Buzz Droid there. And that Buzz Droid is pretty funky looking. It's the size of a regular B-1 battle droid, but the one that they released in 2014, that's an S-tier set. This is a really great set, great minifigures. We got the new updated Buzz Droid, and we also got the Palpatine. You can kind of see, these pictures aren't the best, but the 2014 Tri-Fighter is a goated set. Also goated set is the original General Grievous and Boga, because this is the only time we've ever gotten Boga, and it's obviously, we need a new Boga really, really bad. I'm surprised that they haven't put out a new brick made one or a new molded one, because it's been 20 years, I think, since this was last released. Yeah, 2005 is when all these came out, not 2007. So we need a new Boga pretty bad. But since this is the only one we've ever gotten, and even the General Grievous's, bike there, it's still a pretty good set. Another really good set is the original Anakin versus Vulture Droid. I'm going to go with A tier on this one as well. This was a great little battle pack back in the day. We got Anakin's Jedi Interceptor as well as a Vulture Droid, and it was just, a lot of fun. A really cool set, but not very well done, is the Duel on Mustafar. I'm going to put this down in C. It's just not very exciting. It was super expensive back in the day. Now, they had the light up lightsabers for Anakin and Obi-Wan, which is really cool, but the build wasn't very exciting. You kind of just smashed them into each other for a play feature. It's not a very good set, and outside of the light up minifigures, this set has nothing really going on for it. But another really cool set, one I never had as a kid but I wanted so badly, was the Battle of Kashyyyk set with the little Wookiee gunship there and the snail droid, and also had a whole bunch of droids and clones that fight with each other. This was a really cool one. There's something that the orange and blue snail droid just pops out, and maybe it's the old LEGO Star Wars video game that hits the nostalgia, but this is a really fun set. And man, I wish that we would get these combo packs again anytime soon, because outside of these battle packs, and this one D tier, do I have to explain the price on this is ridiculous. The ATRT is bad. I'm skipping to the end. Outside of course the minifigures, this is an absolutely terrible set, going straight to D tier. So can we get this original one again with actual cool play features and cool minifigures and cool vehicles, because that would be awesome. Now the first ARC 170 that LEGO put out, honestly, I never had, and I don't know a whole lot about. I know it came with 3, clone pilots, and like outside of that, I don't know how well it put together. Just looking at images of it, it looks pretty decent. It looks kind of cool. So I'll throw it down in B tier. Don't really have a whole lot to say about that one. But the 2007 version, right here it is. 2007, that's an A tier set. Kit Fisto, Captain Jag, some clone troopers. This ARC 170 was big. It was to scale pretty much. Actually, this is the new one. I'm looking at the... Yeah, these images are kind of hard to tell. The new one, it's a B tier. Like it's well done. You know, the minifigures again are really cool. A little overpriced, but it's sleek. It's just really small. So I'll put it down with the other one. But this one right here is the 2007 version, and this is an A tier set. This one is really, really cool. It's big. It's got the minifigures. It's got Kit Fisto in it, which is my favorite Jedi. So it's going straight to A tier. Another B tier set is the Wookiee Catamaran. This one had the Luminara with the light up lightsaber, and as well as the Swamp Speeder, and had the green clone trooper, which was really, really cool. Unfortunately, I just don't think the builds themselves were super cool. Like the Swamp Speeder was all right. The Wookiee Catamaran was kind of dumb, but it was still cool, and it's the only one we've ever gotten. So that's getting bumped up from a C to B tier simply for that. Straight to S tier is the original clone turbo tank. What can I say about this that hasn't been said a million times? The original clone turbo tank is the best clone turbo tank. Price to piece ratio, the size of it, the minifigures, you got everything in this set, and to this day LEGO has never made a better set than the original clone turbo tank. Next up we have the Battle Over Coruscant battle pack. This one came with a repack of a lot of vehicles, the Vulture droids, the Tri-Fighter, Anakin's Interceptor, and then also Obi-Wan's Interceptor. And this was a really cool battle pack. It's nothing special, I don't think, because it's a lot of repeat sets that we got in the previous year that this came out, outside of Obi-Wan's Starfighter, of course. So, I mean, it does what it does. If you didn't get the sets originally, this is a really cool one to get. It's also pretty expensive too, I remember it being. But yeah. Next up we have the 2014 Clone Battle Packs, and these ones straight to S tier. These are some of the best. This is the best era of Clone or LEGO Battle Packs that has ever come out. You had the Kashyyyk and the Utapau one, had awesome clone troopers, awesome, like decent builds. Like, you know, you never get a super spectacular build for a battle pack, but these ones were pretty good. And then also the price. I was looking at the prices again when it originally came out. $12 back in the day. Oh man, those were the good old days, right? But the S tier, these guys are instant S tier. Next up to, honestly, D tier is the Battle of Seleucami. This was a kind of a lame set. I remember it was like $30 or $35 back in retail, and all you get was this speeder, a stap, and like a little terrain build. Now you get Commander Neo, which is pretty cool, but the set itself was really dumb and not great. So it's nothing stand out outside of the minifigures, and I try really hard not to judge these sets completely by their minifigures, but that one, yeah, it's not great. Next up in A tier we have Anakin and Obi-Wan's Interceptor. These are the updated versions from, I believe, 2014, and 2016. These are the standout LEGO Jedi Interceptors that LEGO put out. They're pretty good. I mean, you get what you get, right? Obi-Wan's Interceptor and Anakin's Interceptor. There's not a whole lot else to say except that LEGO did it really, really well. Then also is the updated 2014 V-Wing, and this is an S tier set. The price for this back in the day, great. The value you got for it was amazing. They updated from the original V-Wing to make it sleeker. You got the minifigures you needed, the pilot and a droid, which is something that the original V-Wing was missing. You didn't get a droid, you just got a droid head. So yeah, it's going up to S tier for that. Next up we have the 2014 Grievous's bike, and that's, you know, it's all right. I'm thinking B tier for this. Like, you know, it was pretty cool, like, but it wasn't as done well, I think, as the original one. And then like no Boga, and the minifigures were pretty cool. I mean, you got Grievous and Obi-Wan, but I don't know, something, it's not quite A tier for me, but it's like right on, I'll throw it up here at the beginning, it's like right on the cusp of A and B tier. Also, we have the updated 2014 Vulture Droid, and this one I think is also an S tier. Like 2014 Lego Episode 3 sets were so good. That was peak, that was the golden age, and this is the updated Vulture Droid that we got. We got a cool Neimoidian soldier, another Buzz Droid, a clone or a droid pilot, and again, the value for this set was really, really good back in the day. We also have the droid gunships, and they released two of these like a couple years apart, and they're almost exactly the same. You got almost identical minifigures, but they're both really good. Like, they're droid gunships. They got it done right the first time, and then just made the minor tweaks and color variations. Like, you can kind of see up here at the top that they changed it, but it's a really well done set, and the minifigures are pretty decent. We also have the ATDP, I think is what this is called. I'm blanking hard. Again, same deal. They released the same one, very identical versions a couple years apart with nearly identical minifigures and a nearly identical build. I never got this set at all, which I kind of regret, because it's kind of cool, and it's a cool clone walker that I don't have. And then we have the original one from, like, I think this was 06, and you know, it was all right back in the day. It is cool because it does have the retractable leg here, but I mean, just compared to the new ones, this one doesn't stand a chance, so it's going into C tier. Another set that I really didn't like was the droid homing spider droid walker. Like, it was something that we got in very similar build to a couple years before, and the old one I think was better. They updated the turret to make it the stupid stud shooter, and the minifigures were kind of lame. So yeah, it was just a downgrade from the previous set, in my opinion. We also have the next clone turbo tank in line. I believe this was 2017, 2018, and this was a total downgrade from the original clone turbo tank, minifigure wise, size wise, build wise. Like, everything is a downgrade in this, but it's still a pretty decent set. The minifigures are good, and the shaping is still pretty solid. It's just not as good as the original one, so I'll throw it down in B tier. We also have the 20th anniversary Battle of Kashyyyk set. Came with an ATRT and a Wookiee Kashyyyk defense and this little dual spider droid. And yeah, this was a little alright set. This was not one I got back when this came out originally. It didn't capture my interest. The minifigures were alright, but I think all in all, like, it's a decent set. If you needed a scout trooper, and the ATRT build, like, obviously all the Lego ATRTs are a little oversized, but this is one of the better looking ones, I think. So I'll throw that down in B tier. I think this one, the Duel of Mustafar, is a D tier. It's worse than the original one. Obviously much cheaper, but much more of a play style. It's not very good display. It doesn't do well for like a play feature set. Also the minifigures, I mean, we got that Obi-Wan in another set, and I think the Anakin even as well. Like, most of the parts were reused in, I think, his interceptor. So yeah, this one straight to D tier. Now, an opposite straight to S tier is the 2023 ATTE. This is the best ATTE we've gotten. The minifigures, again, are great. We got Clone Commander Cody finally, and a bunch of 2 12th Troopers and a Clone Gunner, but the ATTE itself is really good. Unlike most like sets getting a downgrade in size, this one is almost exactly the same size as the original one, or not the original one, but the one that came out before in 2014. Obviously this was quite substantially more money, but I mean, what isn't for Lego these days, unfortunately. But I'm not going to let that one knock it down this time. A lot of other sets, yeah, that the price knocks it down, but this one, I think the benefits and the improvements that this one does outweighs that detriment there. So that's an S tier set, in my opinion. Also an S tier set are the original clone Lego battle packs and the droid battle pack. This droid battle pack is maybe one of the greatest battle packs that Lego ever put out. You got a ton of droids and a cool little tank and a snap speeder, I mean, this was like the best army builder. And then the Clone Trooper one is iconic. You got all the original, like, you know, Lego Star Wars Complete Saga helmet clones, and then the turret is off to the side here. Again, these pictures aren't super great, unfortunately, but that one was really cool. And the speeder, these are goated sets on the same, absolutely the same tier as the 2014 ones. Next up, we have the original General Grievous's Starfighter, and this one was not very good. I think this is a D tier set. The original Grievous mold is not great. The build for his starship there was not great. It's just not a very well done set. And honestly, the next one that came out in line, this was, I guess, the third one, because the second one was a Clone Wars version, but this one was super duper overpriced at the time, and just wasn't super great. But it is a vast improvement over this one, obviously. So I'm thinking C tier. Again, super overpriced, and the build was all right, but the minifigures we kind of left wanting for more. But I mean, they got what we needed, like a Grievous and an Obi-Wan, and they even threw in an airborne Clone Trooper. So I'll bump it up to B tier. I think I'm just jaded a little bit by prices, but can't let that overshadow everything every time. This was a really cool set. The Obi-Wan Starfighter with hyperspace ring. This is such a cool little concept, but I don't think it was done like, you know, super duper well. They gave us Kit Fisto, obviously, so that itself bumps it up a couple pegs for me. But also Obi-Wan and his Starfighter. Unfortunately, his little like gold astromech droid is just a little dome, so you don't actually get the droid. But the hyperspace ring is pretty cool, and it is cool that the ship fits in itself. So I'm thinking that's an A tier set. Also an A tier set is the was this 2011 Swamp Speeder. They did like an anniversary style set for this, and this was a great build for the Swamp Speeder. You got a Clone Trooper, you got Barriss Offee, and then some droids to fight with it. And this was a pretty well done set. I think it was a little overpriced at the time, but you know, if I always talk about prices, that's going to knock everything down. We're on the last few sets here. I'll jump to one of my favorite sets of all time, simply for the minifigures, which is Palpatine's Arrest. The build itself is pretty decent, right? Like, for a scene that really doesn't make a great Lego set, they did a pretty good job making Palpatine's office there, and then letting the Jedi like go into the door. Like, there's, you know, play features, and you also get Anakin's shuttle. And then, of course, all the Jedi, Kit Fisto, Agent Kolar, Mace Windu, Saesee Tiin, and then Palpatine. I mean, this is a great set, and one that I was so sad I missed out on the first time around. And I finally got it. It was my white whale. I got it a couple years ago, and very, very happy about that. We also have Palpatine's shuttle here. This is where he goes to pick up Goopy Anakin on Mustafar, and like it's all right. It doesn't really do anything for me. The minifigures are good. The build itself is all right. I think this one is one that definitely needs an update to get like the angles and everything done right. Lego is just vastly improved on making the angles and the ship sleeker from, I think this was like 2012 that this originally came out in. Yeah, it just doesn't do a whole lot for me, but it's not a bad set by any means. Another one of my favorite sets from my childhood was another duel on Mustafar, and unlike the two here where it's a play set for the scene, this one you just get Anakin's interceptor, as well as a couple of like you got the little droid that Obi-Wan stands on and the platform that Anakin stands on to fight in, and you also got really great minifigures. So I think this is an A tier set. And this one, you know, is this the most updated Anakin Starfighter? Like, I don't know. They made so many of these. They're all pretty good. So yeah, I'll just throw that right there. So yeah, this is every Lego Star Wars set that Lego has put out for Episode 3. Let me know if you agree with my ranking here. Do you think some should be higher, some should be a little lower? I love knowing in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you later.